business owner? Entrepreneur? Want to learn how online marketing can improve your business?
Your questions.
Our advice.
This is Not a Real Job.
Welcome to episode 107 of Not a Real Job, a podcast that's all about marketing sometimes, from time to time, geopolitics and world history. I'm Joel Kelly, and I podcast out of Nova Scotia, Canada.
And I am Chris Van Patten in New York.
Huh. How's New York today?
It's hot.
Hot.
It's a hot one.
Yeah.
So I got the windows open.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty hot up here as well. Weather in Halifax. Let's see what we're looking at here. We're looking at 84 degrees today. So not too shabby.
That's 84 Celsius, correct?
Correct. So we're reaching the boiling point.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 29 degrees Celsius, which is out of my comfort zone. I'll say that.
You are more of a 25 kind of guy, I believe.
I would say the optimal temperature, the optimal outside temperature for me is between 20 to 25 degrees. Yes. Mm-hmm. The optimal inside temperature is, maybe a 17.
Interesting. Now, why such a discrepancy?
Because people seem to be happier when it's warmer out, but I get miserable when it gets too hot, and I'd rather experience people when they are happy.
Oh, That's very nice.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to live up here when it's cold and everyone's just being big old grumpy faces.
I bet it's hard to live up there, regardless.
In general. Yeah. It's not. I don't recommend it.
The Great White North. They call
it sucks up here. But yeah, that's my update. Weather Talk is a new segment.
Talk with Joel.
Yep. Where we talk about weather, temperatures, and precipitation.
And El Nino. We talk about that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's something we have to address eventually.
It's so the El Nino in the room.
Exactly. Yeah. The El Nino. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. This is what you do. I can't expect anything more from you. The one thing I did want to discuss was your what are you drinking? First of all, actually, let's do that.
Sure. Just because it is so hot and I don't want to dehydrate, I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
Yourself.
I got nothing. Forgot to bring anything. Don't really have any booze in the house, which is a problem because tomorrow is as you know, Labor Day. The liquor store will be closed, so that means
you have Labor Day.
We do have Labor Day. I believe a lot of places have it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it can be. It's kind of funny because sometimes we'll have clients who are like, "Oh, by the way, our office is closed, on Monday for a holiday that we call Labor Day," and I'm like, "No, we have that too." But they don't seem to listen, and then they just go, "Yeah, so we won't be around." Like, yeah, no, I know, like me either. We have a lot of similarities in our two countries, more than you might think, more than you might expect.
Interesting.
So I can't help but acknowledge, and I know Steve hates it when I acknowledge background noise, but you seem to something's happening in your apartment right now that we need to address.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
What specifically?
There seems to be a howling sound.
Oh, okay.
Like a distressed animal.
I'll see if I can bring the animal in, even though he's being a little shit right now.
Okay. It's just solo Joel time.
Here, let me put my mic back, my headphones back on, buddy. So, you podcast listener, I'm sure you can see here. This is Milo. I think I mentioned Milo on a previous. In
Milo, it's some sort of rodent, or what are we dealing with here?
A very large rat in the shape of a cat.
Aw.
That was not supposed to rhyme. I'm sorry.
No, but it worked. It was fine. I liked it.
He's now currently walking around my desk here. Being just a little pain in the ass.
This is quite the word picture you're painting.
He's little. He's like probably a foot long, maybe a little less.
Do we often measure cats in length? Is that a thing? I don't know.
I think when they're young, it's sort of the best metric.
Okay, I'm going to Google foot long cat. See what we get here. Oh, man. Photos of people holding cats.
There you go.
Doesn't look like a foot is very much in cat size.
He's a little guy. He's, I think, maybe 10, 11 weeks old.
Meet Pickles, the 3-foot rescue cat who weighs 21 pounds.
He weighs like 4 pounds.
It seems like there is a group of people, a man and woman who are really trying to cash in on the size of their cat. Oh my God, this is horrible. What is this?
Now, Joel, you may be looking at the Google Doc right now.
I'm not.
Well, if you do, you'll see that there are some numbers in there.
Your cat's typing.
He is attempting to type. Yes. It is not optimal, and I'm going to delete it because he's dumb and those weren't words.
I also do not recommend Googling foot-long cat because you will get some horrible images of cats who have been harmed. Oh, that was distressing. Don't Google that. No way.
No way, Jose. So, that's the source of the meowing.
That's cat
identified talk. That. Yes, indeed. That's our second segment, Cat Talk.
Cat Talk. What's our third segment?
Who brought you Weather Talk.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's playing with screws that I have sitting on my desk. He just knocked over a bottle. But see, if I kick him out, the problem is that he's just going to whine for the whole show. And then you're going to acknowledge it, even though Steve can probably edit it out, as you do. That's like your thing. Acknowledging noise that no one else hears.
That no one should be exposed to. No, I understand that. And you're right. I wouldn't put Milo back out because I will just keep commenting on it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're stuck with this pest.
This demon creature.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, can Milo do any tricks yet?
He is very good at jumping.
Okay.
He can jump quite high. He can jump onto our stove unaided, which is pretty impressive.
Also dangerous.
He's basically a daredevil cat.
Right. Oh, so he's blind.
Daredevil. Yes, he's also blind.
Oh, like a little Matt Murdock.
He's not actually blind. Yeah. So what is our next segment?
I think it was something about internet web browsers.
Oh, browser talk.
Browser talk.
Milo seems to.
What's the theme music for browser talk?
He's leaving now.
Bye, I feel like bye, Milo. It was nice. I feel like we don't have enough like musical beats to introduce all these segments we've been doing.
Our recurring segments that are beloved by our listeners.
Oh, I would say that's what people compliment us the most on. They say, you know what we like about the show? It's consistency and it's segmentry. Wow. So this is just going to keep happening.
Yeah, this is pretty much going to happen all day.
Okay. Let's get into browser talk.
Yeah, let's get into browser talk
now.
And now it's time for browser talk.
Is that our theme music for browser talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I switched to Safari from Chrome. Yeah. It's a big move.
It does seem like a big move. And I don't know, like the switching browsers seems like switching, one's caffeinated cola preference.
Indeed.
So how did you go about making this switch? Was there a marketing campaign that propelled you into this new era? Was it peer pressure? Because I've been worried about you with local bullies, and I'm thinking you may have started mixing with the wrong crowd.
I'm definitely mixing with different crowds. But no, I decided, obviously, I'm sure I know you use Chrome. I
use all browsers. I use Safari as well. I'm kind of
your browser agnostic.
I like to say I'm a man of the world. I'm browser agnostic. But I'm religiously extremely, extremely Christian.
Extremely. Chrome.
Sure.
But yeah, well, most people I think use Chrome these days.
Seems to be the prevailing thought. Yeah.
But as you know, Joel, as a frequent traveler, a frequent user of the laptop, Chrome on the Mac in particular, but I think kind of
sorry, my watch just told me I have to stand up, so give me a second here. I gotta reorient.
Sure.
Go. Okay. Yeah.
This is Stand Watch.
This is Stand Watch 2015. Okay. You know what? I don't think I can actually stand up in the mess of cables I've got. So sorry, watch. We're gonna have to.
Could you just lift your arm up?
Sit this one up. I did try that, and I think they may have figured out that people were gonna think about that. So it doesn't seem to work when I do that.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, most people use Chrome. I decided that because Chrome is a battery and memory hog,
right,
that I wanted to try something else. So I went over to Safari. What
about all your bookmarks?
He's not going to stop doing that.
He's really not.
My bookmarks. I don't use bookmarks in the browser. I save them to Pinboard, which is kind of like Delicious, for those who remember that.
What's Delicious?
It is a bookmarking web service.
Seems like a strange name for a service like that.
Well, you wouldn't be wrong.
If I had the Delicious domain name, and I can only assume it was spelled normally and it was just delicious.net or something, and certainly not some strange, DL dot something. That would be ridiculous. I think I would make it maybe about cakes. Yep.
Joel's Cake Blog, delicious.com.
Delicious.com. It's just photos of me eating cake.
That is a site that I think you should make.
That's a site that may already exist. You just don't know about it because you're not ready for it.
True. So yeah, I got, different versions of all my extensions for Safari, or as many as I could get. And kind of didn't really expect to stick with it because I do like Chrome a lot. Like it's, usability is great and I'm used to it. But I have to say it's been a couple weeks now and I'm only using Safari, which is kind of crazy.
Now, do all of Google's products still work on a competing web browser? Can you, for instance, access your Google Mail account?
I can access my Google Mail, my Google Calendar, all that kind of stuff. And Safari, I gotta say, is it's pretty nice. There are definitely some things it doesn't do that I miss from Chrome.
Like what?
The one big one are extension shortcuts. So in Chrome, a lot of people don't know this actually because it's kind of buried in the settings. You can actually assign keyboard shortcuts to any extension in Chrome that you have installed. So like, I don't know, say for what's a good one? Like Pocket, like the read it later service. You can, by default, the Chrome extension works where basically, if you want to save an article, you click the button and it saves. But you can also tell Chrome, hey, if I press Command Shift P, I want it to trigger that. So, great way to, get some more productivity out of your keyboard. Unfortunately, Safari does not do that, and it's kind of a bummer. But yeah, really, other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing, gotta say.
Well, that's good. I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, and like I said, the main reason I did it was for the memory usage and battery life. And it's funny, sometimes I will open up Chrome because, sometimes, you have to check a website in a browser or whatever the case is.
I have to check websites all the time.
Sure. More in the development sense, like you want to make sure a website looks good in a certain browser, but so yeah, I'll be out at a coffee shop or whatever, and I'll, have like 3 or 4 hour battery life, open up Chrome and it drops down, to 1 hour.
Yeah.
Quit it. And then it, jumps back up. So it's definitely the better browser if you're, a laptop user who is not always going to be plugged in. I would definitely say, give Safari another try because they've really done a lot to improve it. And in the next version of Mac OS X, it's also going to have content blockers built in. So it's going to have like built-in ad blocking at the operating system level.
Well, Steve,
which is kind of exciting because it's going to be a lot faster and better than your extension-based blocking.
What I was going to ask you was if you've experimented with any terminal-based browsers, like your Lynx or something like that, and perhaps that will solve your battery issues. I know you have a lot of. All right, so I'm just gonna send you the link. You can get Lynx for Mac, Chris, and I think this is what you should use.
Sounds like a good option. I'll definitely have to check it out.
Let's put that there.
There it is. Perfect. You're very helpful, Joel.
Yeah, so what it is, it's a text web browser that you just use through the terminal. So it's pretty easy. Pretty cool. Pretty good. It's how I use the internet.
Sure. I've seen that. Well,
sorry,
anyway.
We'll just let the drag race finish. Sorry, Steve. I acknowledged it.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Well, I didn't acknowledge it the first time, and then it happened again. Oh, man. I'm not good at podcasting, I don't think.
I don't think that's the case.
I don't think this is a core competency for me.
Oh, boy.
I'm so easily distracted. Things, noises.
Well, then I guess let's move on to our next segment of the show, which is...
Hold on. Let me get the music.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let me just do what are we thinking here? Like maybe.
So I have to tell you right now, Milo just climbed on top of my microphone. It was super cute, but hopefully you didn't hear that. Oh.
What's our next segment?
Firsthand.
Oh. So this is Firsthand Watch from the fine folks who brought you Weather Talk, Browser Talk, Milo Talk, now Firsthand's Talk with Joel and Chris.
That's really great music.
It's pretty good.
Now, is that going to cost us like $1,000 to get the rights to that?
Yeah, I mean, were anyone to ever listen to it, certainly.
Sure.
But I don't think it counts if no one ever hears it. You know, if a copyrighted song plays in a podcast, but no one's around to hear it, did it cost you any money? It's as true today as when the Buddha said it.
So many years ago.
Many years ago, and no one had any idea what he was on about.
Yeah. So why don't you take this segment?
Uh-oh.
I've been talking for a little while. What's the latest state of affairs with the Firsthand application?
Well, we've got some assistance now in both Miami and Bangkok, which seemed, that one really threw me for a loop, Chris. It's like, what are we doing? When did this happen? When did we decide that this was going to happen? But then I remembered you had said that we were going to do it.
Right.
So
because I'm going there.
Yeah, because you're going there.
So it's mainly for selfish reasons.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, no one offered to set it up for me for my big California trip next week, but whatever.
Sorry, Joel.
It's fine. Yeah. So essentially, I mean, I think we're pretty close to what I would call an official launch. So we've got, like I said, we've got multiple locations now. We did some user testing on the website. Well, Chris did it. And that was, I would say, enlightening in some ways, and in some ways not.
Now, I have only watched 2 of the 10 videos, so I definitely have to go back onto that and watch the rest.
It was the one we watched where it seemed like the person had never experienced an internet website before, which I know that's our fault, not her fault, but it was definitely kind of frustrating to watch.
Yeah, for sure. A little painful,
but that's fine. But so that's been going well. I what I'd like to know, and this is maybe something we should kind of table, is there anything functionally keeping us from launching?
So, I mean, it kind of depends. Like, I mean, the software itself, as it exists right now, is live. Like it's up there. It works. I'm just kind of hoping that we can get that SMS integration going.
Gotcha.
I think that's kind of a killer element of this.
Now, break down for me what SMS is again.
SMS, I believe, is the short messaging service. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it sounds right. Short message service.
Short message service.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, the basic idea is that right now with Firsthand, it all works over email. So you send us an email to Barcelona at Ask Firsthand or Miami at Ask Firsthand or whatever it is, and then we'll get you an answer back via email. But we're also going to do an SMS version of that, so you can actually just text us your question. So we'll have a number for each city. You can get that number from the website and then put it into your phone. And then as you're traveling, as you're sort of on the go, you'll be able to, send a message or ask a question that way, which I think will be, it'll be a good alternative to email for people who are sort of on the go a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's exciting.
And we're close. I'm thinking, within a week or so, I think we're going to have a good, working prototype of that. And I think once that's kind of finished and ready to go, like I'm ready to launch this puppy.
Awesome. That's fantastic. There's a bunch more marketing materials that I'm working on copy for now, so we'll need to get that done. But yeah, no, it's pretty exciting to be kind of on the cusp of, the official launch. And again, because it has been kind of functioning as a product for what feels like so long now. It's very exciting to get to a point where we're actually going to, throw it out into the world and see if it succeeds or if it fails, and if we have to just, chalk this one up as another big Joel and Chris mistake.
Now, I would say that if it fails, it's a Joel mistake primarily.
But how I like to share. And I was thinking that maybe I would just try to share some of the failure with you.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. I worry that that your self-esteem sometimes gets a little unchecked, and it's my job to reel it in a bit.
I mean, really, you're not wrong by any means. So I think, I appreciate that. You're a good guy, Joel Kelly.
So yeah.
Despite what the other kids say about you. Real swell.
That you're absolutely the only person who would share that opinion. I am just universally despised.
Hated by all.
Yeah. Speaking of being universally despised, I had my first employee quit.
Really?
Yeah, the other week. So that
was
interesting.
Feel?
I didn't love it. Didn't love it. No, would avoid. 0 out of 10.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't really know if I have that much to talk about. Just kind of like that was a new experience for me. Over the past 3 years working at this company, gone from, it being a team of just me and one other person. And now I think there's 13 of us now. So some pretty rapid growth. And of course the company, that's one small department in a large company, that's growing quite rapidly as well. So, it was of course inevitable that someone would have to quit. It just, I didn't enjoy the experience.
Sure. And
honestly, I would have preferred that I'd gotten the chance to, fire someone first before I had my first quitting. It seems like something was taken from me. Yeah. And that stings a bit. So I think what I have to do now is just fire someone arbitrarily just to get that out of the way.
Sure. That's going to let you sort of reestablish dominance, which I think is important.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's probably the worst thing that's happened is that, this is shown, a weakness in my armor. Which is, I would say the first casualty in all of this was obviously my authority. So that'll have to absolutely be reestablished through a random culling of probably a number of people.
Yeah, I think it's really, you have no choice.
Like, you don't want people to know where the next blow is coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my number one management
keep them on
tip.
their toes.
Keep on their toes. I mean, keep them even worse than that. What's worse than being on your toes? Probably, I don't know, lying prostrate. Yeah. Keep them cowering in the corner. Awaiting the next horrible judgment from their boss, whom they both respect and love. I guess I'm like a god in that way.
I'm surprised you're just realizing that.
Well, I've thought it, internally. I've wondered, is the power I wield and, the love that I have for these people, is it godlike or is it godly? And I think we're getting to the point where I think I might just be divine in my own way.
It does seem pretty much likely.
I do expect that my team both love and fear me, like a god might, which is of course impossible. But that's what makes it fun. They're always guilty. I can know that they're always guilty of that.
Mm-hmm. 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 Well,
I think this was a pretty big I would use the word revelation if I had to.
I think this has been a very emotionally trying episode. So,
well, yeah, I'm just going to keep thinking about this for a while.
All right.
What would God do in my position?
The Joel Kelly story.
I think he would smite someone.
Well, while you get to smiting, we're going to go to the next segment of our show, which is the Amazon Gear Picks. This is the part of the show where we tell you things that we bought on Amazon that we think you should buy too. Because if you do, and you buy through the links on our show notes or at notarealjob.com/gear, we're going to get a little bit of money out of that. It's like 0.00001% or something. So, big bucks. So what are you putting in this week, Joel?
Well, right now I'm just trying to see, does Casper have like a referral code thing? Probably not, eh? Anyway,
hard to say.
I did buy a Casper mattress, and I absolutely love it. So I don't think you can get that on Amazon, but I do recommend it. What am I going to recommend this week? I never do this beforehand. I probably should. I know deep down, I know the question is coming, but I guess I'm just in denial about it until, minute 35 or whatever it is, typically when this happens.
Well, denial ain't just a river in Africa.
That feels racist. Anyway, I'm going to recommend a book as per the usual.
A book. You can continue now.
Do you just want to check your sarcasm just a little bit? Remember who you're talking to.
God.
You just made it on my naughty list, which sounds not quite as authoritative and commanding as I would have hoped. Anyway, I'm recommending a book called Damn Good Advice for People with Talent: How to Unleash Your Creative Potential by America's Master Communicator, George Lois. My favorite part about the book is it's almost certainly the case that George Lois wrote the title of this book and called himself America's Master Communicator, because he is easily the biggest ego in the ad business that has ever lived.
This is the guy who made the Star Wars movies, right?
Yep. Same dude.
Cool. Got it. Just clarifying for me.
No. It's important to, It's in fact, the Star Wars films by George Lois are actually kind of a minor success compared to his success in the advertising business.
Really? Wow. I had no idea.
You're learning a lot.
I am.
And the crazy thing is that your little goof there about George Lucas and George Lois kind of having similar names. Before now, that was not true. But by saying it aloud, I have made it true. I am that I am.
That's all that I am.
Anyway, this book, it's just like little short stories and sayings by George Lois, who did a lot of very famous ad campaigns, really since the 50s until quite recently. So it's fun. Like I said, biggest ego in the business. But that's kind of part of the charm. So I recommend it. It's like $10. It's a very quick read, but it's fun. I'd say that it's fun if you're in the ad business, or design, or really any creative field, and you're just looking for a quick read, that'll get you a little inspired. That's the book to go with.
Cool.
You heard it from me.
You heard it here first.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I'm going to put something in this week that I don't actually own, but I would like to own. And if someone wants to buy it for me,
good.
That'd be real cool. This is the Sphero BB-8 toy. So as you may have noticed, we have a cat here. He's full of energy and he needs something that's going to give him a run for his money. And I think this would be pretty good. And I think if you bought it for me, I would make some internet videos of the cat playing with the toy. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong. It is $149. It is temporarily out of stock on Amazon. But hopefully it'll get back into stock soon so you can buy one for me. And so I can make my cat do funny things with it.
What I think I like most about this licensing is that the original, like the Sphero 2.0, is like $130. It's only $10 cheaper to get the one that is just a ball that rolls around without even the adorable little head on it. So I find that interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway, the toy does look amazing. I kind of want one too, but $150 is a lot to justify.
Yeah, it's a little expensive. So yeah, anyway, I think that's going to do it for us. It's been a pretty crazy episode. We've covered a lot.
We've been all over the map.
All over the map.
Like the little flying animations in the Indiana Jones films.
Indeed.
I guess they did that in Casablanca too.
I
guess that was kind of a common trope.
Yeah.
Huh.
I would say so.
I have said it, and it is true. Are we wrapping this up or what?
All right. You can find us all over the internet. Notarealjob.com, twitter.com/nargcast, twitter.com/Joel Kelly or /Chris Van Patten. If you're interested in Firsthand, go check out askfirsthand.com. Everything you need to know is over there. And we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher, notarealjob.com/Stitcher or /iTunes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
And I think, is that it?
Yeah, and askfirsthand.com. Just keep saying that over and over and over again. Go there, sign up for updates, and you could win a luggage set from the best luggage company ever. So you'd be really crazy not to just do that.
Yeah, go do that right now. I'm watching you. Please do it. All right. Well, with that said, enjoy the rest of your weekend, Joel.
Thanks. You too, Christopher. I wish you all the best, and I want you to have a good life.
Thank you.
All right.
I
bye
don't
forever.
feel the same. Bye.